Hello everyone, welcome to this session. Today we are going to discuss about the types of beams. First of all, what is a beam? A beam is a structural member. It's a horizontal structural member which transmit lateral loads, not axial loads. Lateral loads it will resist whatever the lateral load acting on the beam axis. Okay, that is called a beam. And what are the different types of beam? One is called cantilever beam, simply supported beam, overhanging beam, fixed beam, and a propped cantilever beam. So these are the types of beams. And how these cantilever beam, simply supported beam, overhanging beam, fixed beam, propped cantilever beam, how it can be classified? Based on what parameter it has been classified. One is number of supports. One is number of supports, and second one is location of supports. These are the main parameter to be discussed how these type of beams are classified. Okay, let's discuss here. For a cantilever beam, we know that a cantilever beam is nothing but a beam having one end is fixed, another end free. Okay, and in simply supported beam, one end of the beam is hinge support and another end of the beam is roller support. Okay, and one overhanging beam, so the supports will be in between. The support will be in between hinged and roller, or hinged and hinged. In fixed beam, one end of the beam is fixed support, and another end is also fixed support. What is a propped cantilever beam? It's like similar to a cantilever beam. A cantilever beam is a beam in which one end is hinged and here another end is free, but in propped cantilever beam and another end is being supported by a simply support. Okay, it's also a cantilever beam, but the other end is not free, it is supported by a simply supporter. So this is called a propped cantilever beam. Now let's take into the parameter number of supports. In cantilever beam we have only one support. Here the number of support n, let's take n as number of support, here 1, and here in simply supported beam the n is number of support is 2, and here overhanging beam, here also the number of support is 2, and in fixed beam the number of support is 2, and in propped cantilever beam the number of support is 2. And one more thing, another type of beam is there, is called a continuous beam. It is called a continuous beam. In continuous beam, the name itself is a continuous, so the number of support will be hinged, and it may be a hinged, okay, and in between. So it's like a number of supports will be there. So intermediate supports are many. It's like an example for a bridge. Okay, bridge is a continuous beam. So number of supports are more than 2. So here n is greater than 2. So the parameters I told you to classify how the beams are being classified. One is number of support, and then another is location of support, and one more thing, type of support. So we should understand what are the parameters define the types of beam. Okay. So cantilever beam, I told you the number of support is only one if the support is fixed and another one is free, then it is cantilever beam. Even the number of support is 2, but one end is hinged, another end is roller. So both the ends are being simply supported. That is called as simply supported beam. But in overhanging beam, here also the same support. Number of supports are same, hinge and roll. Here also hinge and roller, but where it is supported. So the location of support describe the overhanging beam. And in fixed beam, here the number of supports are 2, but they are different type of support. It's a fixed support, it is also a fixed support. So according to the type of support, fixed beam is classified here. And proper cantilever beam, here also the number of supports are 2, but the type of supports are different. One is fixed here and another one is simply supported, maybe hinged or roller supported. And in continuous beam, the number of supports are more than 2. So here I told that number of supports come into picture, and the location of support where the supports are applied are being supported, and then what are the type of supports being available. So depends on these parameters, the types of beams are classified. Okay.